Talk about MakeToys and TF Source, TFCon Baltimore, MTRC08 Violet Hour. I like how every time we see it, it's in a different configuration with the.
I swear, I'm looking for something to virtually throw at you. It looks like it's gonna sound crazy. It looks like a robot. Yeah, I think it looks great. I think it looks really, really good.
That's way more than I'm willing to spend on this Megatron. Who knows? Now that door's open, you'll never.
Or the Megatron. Are we gonna get another version of the same Megatron we've had for the last 5 years?
Now, my question for you is, why does he have a sword?
Get out of my head. The waist looks more blue.
Welcome back, Transformers fans, to another thrilling episode of Bot vs. Con. As always, I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And this is Bot vs. Con. And before we get into it, we want to give a big shout out to our official sponsor, The Chosen Prime, where you could go ahead and pre-order a lot of the stuff we'll be talking about today, either now or in the future. We also want to give a big shout out to all of our members. Thank you so much for joining our little family, and we look forward to meeting a lot of you at TFCon, as well as subscribers. We hope to see a lot of you there as well, so stay tuned. We'll be posting more about that soon. And how could I forget about our hauls? We will be doing that this Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, and we're excited to share what we got with you. I know Bobby got not a lot, so it might be a little bit boring. Yeah, we'll see. If you know his nickname is Bobby the Bot, it might not be so boring. But I also wanted to remind you to go ahead and send in all your artwork, your cosplays, your customs for us to show it off. I think we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show. And I think Bobby has something very special to show you.
Yes. So, printer in. So, this is actually my keeper. Chris actually did a little Soundwave here for me. So, this is my keeper, but they are in, and we will be shipping these out right after TFCon, as well as having them on hand at TFCon.
Yeah, so stay tuned for more information on that, and contact us at botversuscon@gmail.com with anything you have to share with us. So the first thing is kind of sad. So I guess John Warden, who's worked with Hasbro for 25 years, has been let go on the next round of Hasbro layoffs. So he was supposed to be like the head of Hasbro and G.I. Joe, and I guess they don't want to connect those two lines anymore. And this, I guess, is a picture of him at a toy design. It was like one of his, like a science fair or something, I'm assuming.
You meant head of, you said Hasbro and G.I. Joe, you meant Transformers?
Transformers and G.I. Joe. Okay. I'm sorry, thank you.
Yeah, just want to make sure.
My brain barely works nowadays.
Okay, yes. Yeah, that's, when I saw this, I was like, God, we just saw that he was coming back to Transformers, and I guess he worked on the Combiner Wars and that trilogy and
a little bit of Siege, I believe, as well.
Siege. Honestly, that to me that was the best few series of recent releases. Now
I do like what came before it with the Generations. I don't think you were collecting at that time. They were a little bit more complex. They were bigger, more sturdy. But I can't deny that the Combiner Wars era and Siege were amazing lines. I had fun with them still. Mm-hmm. And I was honestly looking forward to him maybe coming back and doing something more with both of the brands. I think, but I guess it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering where we go from here now, though.
Yeah, I wonder if they're just not going to have a head. Because I believe Ethan was still going to be doing studio series, and Evan?
Isn't that who you just
said?
Mark.
I had to say Mark Aclonis when we see the pictures. He's still doing the Legacy, I believe, but with Hasbro, you never know. This is kind of concerning for Hasbro's profits, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'll do it for half his salary, maybe. Maybe.
You might not want to say that because who knows what his salary really was.
That's what I said. Maybe.
It's Hasbro we're talking about here. Well, let's switch on to some happier con-related news right after this quick break. And we're back, and as everybody knows, TFCon is right around the corner, so they did show off this map of where everything is. I'm kind of curious to see what the hotel looks like looking at this, but it looks pretty standard. Any thoughts, Bobby?
I'm just trying to see where I need to be at and where I'm going to be shopping at. Okay, got it right there. Bam.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. You can see where the exclusives are, right? So.
Yep. That's it. That's all I need to, and I guess find out where the customizing class is. And...
It's probably one of those at the top.
Yep.
Callaway, AB, maybe Blake. What is up with those names? But either which way, we'll probably see some of you guys watching there when we get there.
And there's a UPS store, so if you need to ship something, bam.
True. There's a whole bunch of attendees, so I'm not going to say all their names, but here's 5. I have one more afterwards, so pause if you want to see these. And here's the 5th one. So it looks like they're going really hard into like Cyberverse and stuff like that, which is kind of cool for I know there's a big group of the fandom that really likes Cyberverse, so I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I was looking at Josh Perez in that Megatron photo. It almost looks like he has a patch over his eye.
I think that's the shadow.
I'm assuming so as well, but it actually looks kind of cool too if it was a patch.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't like the whole patch things. I mean, I don't think a bot needs a patch, but it kind of looks cool.
Yeah. Next, we got some pins by Melissa Embrick. I hope I pronounced it wrong. Excuse me if I didn't. So, pronounced it right. Oh my God. I'm telling you, if anybody has a brain out there that they're willing to donate, please give it to me.
That was like the perfect con response. Like,
anyways,
I hope
she does these amazing pins. Bobby bought a few before. So they're really cool, and we wanted to show this because if you guys have any art or cosplays or customs, please send them our way. We'll go ahead and do a show. I think we're going to say the last day to submit that stuff is going to be Saturday. This Saturday, the 26th, I think, when a lot of you will be watching it.
Yeah, 26th.
So at midnight, so Sunday we won't be accepting anymore. That way we could go ahead and make a little fun community episode for all of you.
Yeah, we've got some really good stuff coming in. Too.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, now that the fun stuff's out of the way.
Uh-oh.
Let's talk about MakeToys and TF Source, TFCon Baltimore, MTRC08 Violet Hour. Now, I was reading online that there's rumors that there's only going to be 2 more Colorverse figures, so I would assume there's going to be a second one at the con, because I think 2 have been at every con, and then 1 in winter. And before we go to the next slide, let's just talk about the figure itself. It is blind again, which I have nothing against anybody that's blind, but like, why didn't they paint on eyes? This is so bad. It has no paint on its face whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think that's the most glaring thing. Other than that, I don't know which shade of purple, because both of the promo images have different shades of purple, but I do like both shades of purple. I think there's enough color variance with I think that's black on his arm, the gloves.
Yes.
It kind of looks a little bluish, but either which way, it looks nice with the black on the feet, the white everywhere else. I think this one actually looks more competent. But the face kills it.
Well, this is where you will have to enter New Supply. Shout out to those guys for a head. Do you have more pictures, or is this?
I have one picture if you're ready to move on, and it's not really moving on, but it's talking about all the Seekers.
Okay, we'll go back for a second. Okay. We'll jump on that.
Okay, all right.
Because I wanted to bring in a previous release.
Are you sure that's a previous release? Because that looks like what we just saw. How'd you get the exclusive already?
I could tell that this isn't the exclusive because the eyes are painted on this.
I know, and the thighs. I could see that.
And it came with a stand.
Oh wow. And lasers, I see.
Yes. You can tell the differences. Like you said, the thighs are painted on this one. The waist, I believe, is painted on this one. And so you can see subtle differences. And the purple is probably a little... This purple looks like the close-up picture you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the close-up of the head almost. But the pylons are white.
Oh, you're right. So there are subtle differences.
There are subtle differences.
And the chest on this one's all purple instead of white.
Yeah, and the null rays are purple instead of white.
Yeah.
So there's subtle differences, but I mean, again, you can see the red and white on the wings. They're shaped the same. So to be honest, the new one I think I like a little bit more than this. Mm-hmm. But it's the subtle differences. I do like the difference in the thighs and the breakup. I like the breakup of the white here, but again, I think it's more so the thighs that I like, and of course I want the painted eyes. So new supply, I'll be giving you guys a shout out.
Yeah, seeing that one, honestly, I do like the new one better. I like the color scheme. I do like it. I think it looks fine. But the face kills it. The whole head, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. It's still similar. Now let's move on to this. So this is their...
your checklist.
Yeah, checklist. There we go. It's a checklist. Yeah. I don't know what they would do next. I would assume they'd fill out one of the other trilogies.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably Wingnut or Breathtaker. Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Since we're kind of going from purple to blue, and that's just going to be John and George.
And they've been doing that the whole time. Purple, blue, yellow, purple, blue, green, So.
Yeah. Honestly, can we get, like, now that I'm seeing it above them, can we get to, like, the greeners, or that's on the left low
Got
second?
it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Or it's the second from the bottom on the left. Or the impeders, which is on the bottom right.
Okay.
Or the the Seekers, right next to them. Like some of these, that bottom row, actually, like any of those would look kind of cool.
I would be in probably on those.
Yeah.
Because they're so different.
Yeah.
That's my problem with this one. Taking account that who knows if it's actually limited to 200, taking that out of the basket, taking away some of the stuff that they've done, it's just kind of a boring figure. There's nothing new, nothing exciting about it. But like you said, the ones on the bottom row are exciting, unique, different. And I'd be like, well, now I need bubblegum. Because I didn't know I needed it, but I need it.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing exciting about this. So,
No.
And I hope maybe if they bring out a second one, they wow me. Of course, I hope it's in different packaging because we've seen firsthand with the snapped in half figures at TFCon Orlando or LA. I don't remember. LA. It was LA, where they were literally snapped in half because of shipping. But maybe they'll throw one of the ones in. I still want. Is it traffic cone or hazard cone? At the
bottom right.
I think that one just looks so neat, so unique. A forest green one would be cool too. I don't know. There's so much cool designs on here, and they're picking the most boring ones.
Yeah, like even the top right, Teal Breaker. I love that color teal. On the top right, and Agent Orange and Blurple. Like those look good. I mean, and even if they did have the bland face, which I guess is something else they're going to be running with now, I think I would be okay with it because it's so different. Let me take that back. I wouldn't be okay with it. I'd still complain because I'm like, you guys did it before. I could understand if you didn't do it before, but it's just like now we're really not getting much at the same cost.
I was just about to say that the price has not changed, and you get none of the stuff that actually made Slipstream cool. With the stand and the different... She had all those different types of missiles and the lasers. And I was like, okay, even though I don't like the figure, I felt like I got my money's worth.
Right. You had the
it's not
different
my favorite figure, but it comes with a lot of stuff.
The different faces, rather.
The different faces, too. Yeah, exactly. These ones literally... And this isn't a knock to Hasbro. They're like a Hasbro figure. What I would expect a Hasbro Seeker to have. Which is just the figure and the null race. You know, that's all they really need. But for $160, I would expect Hasbro, especially, to throw in some lasers and some stuff. You know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I did want to bring that out just to show, because it is very... You know, there's subtle differences, but not many.
I feel like they had extra plastic lying around or something.
Yeah.
So what is your final verdict? Are you picking this up?
I think I am.
Oh, you're funny. Talk this big talk, and then you still buy it.
I actually like this one. I you know, some of the others I picked up because I was like, I'm curious, but I do actually like this one. So yeah.
I won't be picking it up. I did say it would be cool if like all the white was black. I'd be more interested, but then I'm like, that's practically just Skywarp. I mean, I guess it wouldn't be because Skywarp's a black jet. Yeah, so if all the... I think that would have looked even better. If all the white was black, I might have actually picked this one up. But yeah, I'm not picking this up.
Yeah, I'm working on something, so we'll see if I pick it up.
Okay. Well, let's talk about another exclusive that I will be picking up. We got new images of the MB-18A Obsidian Commander from TCP and Fans Hobby.
If you haven't... go ahead.
I was going to just say, I think this looks amazing. I like how every time we see it, it's in a different configuration with the arms and legs, and I love that. This looks fun.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you haven't seen it already, go check out our interview with Brandon from the Chosen Prime, where you can see in-hand images, or I shouldn't say in-hand video of the figure. I agree. The black leg, or the black arm, was on the leg when he showed it off, and the yellow arm was on the left side when he showed it off, and the legs were switched, I believe. The drill was the right leg. So yeah, you do get full Scramble City here. Neither one of us picked up the is it Energon Prime?
Yeah.
Neither one of us picked that up. So it will be cool to have this in our collections, especially since this was never released as a toy. That's really cool. So yeah, I'm in for it. I think it's $270 is the price. So yeah, Get Right Robot, shout out to you as well for putting out some more heat with these TFCon exclusives.
Yeah, I'll be definitely picking this one up. I love the gold. And here, the gold looks really good. That pale gold is matching with this figure.
I didn't realize the gold was on the front bumper as well. You know,
yeah.
I didn't pay attention to it in bot mode, but I can see it on the trailer. Or excuse me, on the cab.
Yeah, and here is a comparison to the original one. I do think it looks better, but I am kind of biased. I do like how the black submarine does still have a normal hand. It doesn't just have the claw. If you look, see the blue? There's a real hand instead of the claw.
But did they...
I don't think so. I think you could flip it because the original one had a claw.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure you could do that. Just like the drill, how that one has a hand inside too.
Okay.
And please let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. But yeah. I hope it's not. I hope you have options, because options are amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't want... I don't really like the claw look. I'd rather have it be a hand. So hopefully...
Well, I mean, you can always just put one of the other ones as an arm.
Yeah, that's true. That's very
So
cool.
I think this looks great, though. Let us know if you guys plan on picking this up in the comments below.
Yeah, and if so, after the con, we may need to start a poll or some type of request to have Fans Hobby release these in all the colors if we want to do a uniform version or something like that as well.
There you go. However, Bobby can do that. Also, this is old news, but Bobby really wanted to talk about it today, so I'll let you take the floor.
All right, so Vectron Lab, which was announced last year, early last year, maybe even late 2022 or something. They were supposed to be doing a Devastator, and they were showing pictures of it. They had internal issues, and they were supposed to have...
If you haven't watched the video after this one, I don't even know if you could find it, but go look for it. It's very interesting when they detail it.
Yeah, so they had some internal issues and all types of, whatever going on. So back in March, they said that they were going to have the final product of their Devastator limb at Baltimore. So now we're here. We haven't heard anything from Vectron Labs since March, I believe. So I'm very curious.
I think we heard one or two things.
Did we?
But it wasn't about Devastator. I think they're doing a Legends version. I don't know. Maybe I could be mixing them up with another company.
Yeah. So they said that back then. They said that everything was moving along. They were very transparent, which I respect from them. They were very, very transparent. But they were talking about even doing a Megatron, I think, as well.
Yes.
So I'm curious to see if it's going to be there, and if so, how it's going to look and how it's going to compare to what's coming, what all the other Devastator stuff that's coming out. And if it is there, how is it going to relate? I mean, is this going to be a figure that's going to jump to the forefront? Is it going to be, way in the back? I'm curious to where it lands.
Yeah. From what I've read, I don't think this is going to be to the forefront. At least because Fans Toys and MMC and stuff, and those are pretty established companies. I'd be worried about putting money down on one limb and seeing, just like you with the statues, will the rest of them even come out?
Yeah.
So time will tell. So
yeah. And
we'll see.
Wasn't their first limb going to be Scavenger as well? Or Scrapper, rather?
I think so.
Yeah.
I honestly don't remember.
I think they had a floor pad or something like that.
That was them?
Yeah.
Okay. There's so many Devastators I don't remember.
So,
but I guess we'll let you guys know in a week from when a lot of you guys will be watching this.
Yeah.
BotCon will be June 12th to the 15th, which you already knew, and they updated some of the branding, which is kind of cool. So, it'll be in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I am trying to go. I am really trying to go. If we can make some things work here, let's go, James.
If we can make it work, I'll do it. So, maybe they'll have a new tap out. And then we have to do all 5 customizing classes.
Yeah. Oh, snap.
Remember?
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
We don't have to do that many.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah. Whew, God, that was...
But anyways, it looks like a good time. I'd love to go one day, so hopefully next year's the year, but we'll play it by ear.
Yeah, I've never been to Indiana.
Yeah, so. All right, we'll be right back after this short break, and we'll look at a new leak, which might have you interested, Bobby, and talk about what's announced. We'll be right back. All right, well, let's talk about some leaks. And like I said, I think Bobby is going to really want this one. I don't think he got the rest of the line, but I think this is the one for him. And that's Studio Series Apelinq. So this does look legit. If you look, somebody's holding it. So when can we see this in your collection?
I swear, I'm looking for something to virtually throw at you. I guess it looks fine. I have absolutely no connection to the character. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. I guess it looks fine. Yeah, I'm just not a the live movie character collectors, but I guess it looks fine. You'll see it in my collection when you either bring it over and put it in my collection, or something like that happens. This is one that I will not be picking up even on deep discount.
So I think he was only in like 5 minutes of the movie in the very beginning, and he didn't transform. I think it looks fine. It looks just like Primal. Like they could have given him a different head sculpt or something. It looks fine though. I don't want to sound negative, but if they make a KO, I would be interested to make it a Decepticon. You know, because I mean, with the different shoulder pads, it looks evil in my eyes. But I'm not paying leader class pricing for it.
Well, that's fair. Which means that if this was at a price point that you thought was a decent price point, you would still pick it up. For me, I don't like
it. It has to be really cheap.
I don't like it to pick it up. Even if they did come out with a KO, I wouldn't pick it up. But that's good that you at least would add this to your collection now.
Well, because I'm looking at it not as Apelinq. I'm looking at it as some sort of evil Decepticon gorilla former. Because it doesn't look like Apelinq to me. Okay. And I'm like, oh, I could work that somewhere in my my fanverse, you know.
So let us know in the comments if you think this looks like Apelinq. Again, I remember.
I can tell you it doesn't. Apelinq's. It looks like Apelinq from the movie.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like the Apelinq I know from the comic.
Okay.
Maybe let me put it down.
That makes sense. Okay, so because I'm looking at it and it looks like the Apelinq from the movie.
It looks like the Apelinq from the movie. Yeah.
But that's my only connection to being introduced to Apelinq. So
yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Next up, let's talk about what's just announced. And the first one, Livio Ramondelli showed off this really cool piece of artwork, and they're splitting it up into a whole bunch of different covers, and then you can make one mural. I really like this. I think he did an amazing job, and I think you need to buy all the comic covers.
Why does it always fall on me to buy it?
Because you're the Bobby the Bot.
But you should, and you're the con that's not convincing me to buy all this stuff. I think it looks great too. I have no idea where I would put it.
You'd put it with the rest of your comics because they're comic book covers.
I'm talking about, but I would want to have this laid out.
I know. I was even thinking if I wanted this, I'd rather have a print instead of the comics.
Yeah, right. I'd rather have a print.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I'm associated with being a comic book collector now. Who would have thunk it? Legends collector and comic collector. What the heck? It looks great. I would probably look at picking up a print like this. I don't know how much it would go for, but it does look really good.
Yeah, I agree. Next, Trumpeter showed off Micro Operation Nemesis Prime model kit.
There's no teal on it enough for you to like it.
That was my first thing when I saw this.
It looks like, it's gonna sound crazy. It looks like a robot, you know, but it, like the eye, the beady, the white parts of the eyes makes it look like not a Transformer robot, but like a Terminator type robot or something like that, you know. I think it's cute.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. It's not for me. I wouldn't pick it up, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah. Next up, Mechanic Skull Studios has a Cannonball upgrade. So it comes with some stickers and a knife sword thing that he has. And the stickers do make the alt mode look a lot better. Especially the bronze parts, gold, they're more bronze in my eyes. Near the front, I really did not like that on this figure. So I think that looks better. Yeah, I think this is an upgrade, honestly. And to give him a different, unique weapon, I like that too.
It does look good. I looked at these and, you know, even the little shoulder stickers in the bot mode. I'm not, again, another figure I'm not familiar with, so it looked fine to me.
Yeah, I agree. Next, we've got a Kai. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's a head upgrade, another one for Studio Series 86, and this one's made to order, I believe, on Toy
Dojo
Arena, or is it Dojo? Toy Dojo. Okay, you could get it on Toy Dojo. I didn't put this on last week's because I thought it was the same one that we already looked at, because they look very similar. So you have options if you want a new head for your Prime.
Yeah, this looks really good. I think it's $25.
It is $25. Yes.
I'm considering it. I don't know. I think they said it's made to order, but I think it's like December, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it said December, January, I believe.
Yeah, I'm considering it because I don't really like the head on the figure, the Commander class figure currently, but it does look pretty good. Jeez.
Do you really want to make that figure an over $100 figure, though?
That's what's getting me right now. I'm trying to think of where I'm going to put him, where he's going to reside, if he's going to be in my 86, in my case with all my other 86 characters, or if I'm going to upgrade him to my Prime cabinet. If he goes in my Prime cabinet, then I probably...
But would you want a different head, or would you want him to look a little bit different from the other ones?
I haven't got that far yet.
I'm just saying. I mean,
he's still going to look different, though, because he's the only one that looks like that. It's not like I have any repaints or...
I know, but he still looks similar to a lot of your other Primes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care for... and we can kind of see his head looks kind of... I don't know, it looks small, for one.
Well, it looks like the MP10 head.
Yeah.
And they put the MP10 head on a Toon body. That's what it didn't really make sense to me.
So, I don't know. But, it's as you said, options are really cool to have. So, who knows? We'll see.
Yep. Next, we have Funbee Studios and their Minicon Safeguard. And this is what I think Hasbro should have done to begin with. He looks great, honestly. If this Vector Prime came with this Safeguard, I probably would have picked it up, honestly.
I did pick this up, and I think I showed it off on the halls a little while ago, which is it's a decent figure. I would definitely love to have these mini-cons.
Yeah. It elevates the figure. This one elevates the figure, you know.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with it with this character, but I think this right here looks cool.
Yeah, I agree. Next, we have Super Make or Super Make. It's a kit for the Studio Series Nemesis Prime, the Rise of the Beast one that came out. And was it a Tokyo Toy Show? So if you need a filler kit, they have one.
This is like the new way to make money, man. These filler kits are like, amazing.
Yeah.
I don't need it. But yeah, I like the details, especially in the gray. Like you can see like the circle part. I can't even think of what it is.
Circuitry.
Right now. That too. That's not the word I was looking for, but I'll take that.
Gear.
Yeah, I was gonna say the widget, but it's not the widget. But whatever. I like the details in it.
Okay. Well, there you go. You like the details.
Yeah, it's late on Friday.
DNA is also doing a Nemesis Prime upgrade set, which I think looks pretty cool as well. I love all his axes with the red around it. I love the gun things, I guess. I like the new shoulders. And the little figure doesn't actually transform. It just kind of sits on the back. I don't remember if that's a scene in the movie or not. But they look good on him.
I think they look really, really good. I love the axes. When I saw them, I was like, it looks like there's blood residue on the axes, but of course that's not what it is. But it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I love how the axes store on the back too.
Yeah, this looks like a good upgrade kit.
Yeah, I agree. Next, we got this, which I know you're excited about. We got Magic Square Toys MSO4 Munitioner via a Weibo user, Magic Square themselves, and this is an MP scale Swindle.
Yeah. We've said it before. This is both of our favorite character or favorite limb from Bruticus. So yeah, I think it looks great. I think it looks really, really good. Yeah, I'm happy they're moving pretty fast so far with the limbs. I thought the brawl was really cool, so yeah, I'm here for it.
I think it looks okay. Not good. I'm not going to pick it up. There's a few things I don't like about it. I don't like the headlights on the waist and how they get there's half of them when you move the leg up, which I understand how the legs move, but maybe they could have figured that out. I don't like how on the window it's a T, maybe for trouble. I don't like how that looks. I feel like it should be all one color. And I don't like how blocky his torso is. Now, again, that could be a toon thing, so I'm not knocking it if it's that. But for me, I don't like how he's just a square. He has no like body definition from what I've seen in the pictures. And then all the smoothness in the legs, there's no detail at all. From his hip down to his toes. So I don't like that either.
Water slide.
I'll be skipping out on this. I was hoping I was going to like it because I did want an MP Swindle in my collection, but I will be skipping this.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
It looks good for what it's supposed to be. Just what it's supposed to be is what I don't, not what I want.
Exactly.
I do think the brawl looks a lot better than the Swindle here, but you could kind of see their size and the alt mode as well. I also don't like the purple. Maybe if they do a toy version with more stickers, but hopefully the tampos and stuff, I'll be more interested. But definitely not this one. I don't know if I just said that, but the purple hood, I understand that's toon accurate. I just don't like it.
Yeah. I think it looks great. As I mentioned earlier, I'm here for it. I do agree with the blockiness of the chest because if you turn the chest, how it breaks the mold a lot. It looks like in that previous picture, but again, I'm okay with it. I did see after I finished talking, I did see how the headlights when you moved his leg, how it broke up.
Yeah,
and that was kind of ugly, but I can live with it.
Yeah. And here's the foot mode, which looks weird from the front of it. The back looks fine. I mean, you're covering it all up. But from the windshield down, you could see the two separate legs, and I feel like they should have had something flip out to make it look a little smoother.
Maybe.
I don't know.
There's something missing, and I don't know what it is.
Okay, I feel the same way.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at my MMC one, I guess, since the Zeta one is a Hummer versus a Jeep. So yeah, I'll have to look at my MMC one, and I don't have the TFCon exclusive around me that we both got, the green one, to look, but. Yeah, it looks like something's missing, and maybe that is what it is, which you mentioned.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I think it'll look fine in combined mode, but it looks like something, like you said, something's off about the front. The back is whatever.
Yeah.
But about the front, something's just... Let us know if you guys know. Maybe he's flipped or something. I doubt it. But let us know. Yeah. Moving on to a new company, we have Defense. And this is a 14 centimeter dino, which is FOC Grimlock. I think that's legend scale. If I'm, am I micro 14? No, never mind. No, this is like Voyager sized.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like half a foot.
I was thinking 5 inches, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, maybe deluxe size is better. Yeah. I don't know who this is for. If this is, maybe it is legend size. Maybe it's supposed to be pretty big, but. Either which way, what do you think about this?
Is this the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock?
It's the game Grimlock. I don't remember what game he's from.
Okay, I think that was from
FOC. Yeah. It's Fall of Cybertron.
Okay. I think for what it's supposed to be, it looks great. I just don't like the look of this Grimlock. But I think all the details in it, all the molding, like in his chest and on the shield and everything, like there's definitely no smoothness, that we just talked about.
The opposite, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of definition and layers to this figure, so that part looks good. I just don't really like the aesthetics of it. I definitely don't like the dino mode. It looks like the rifle, the blue rifle and the gold rifle that I bought. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it looks great for what it is. Not my cup of energon. I do have the Planet X one in the red color scheme because that was unique. But I've never been the biggest fan of this alt mode, especially this one. He looks kind of lumpy. But it does look good in bot mode, which I'm assuming is what most people will be buying this for.
The sword looks amazing.
Yes, so does the shield. Like you mentioned, the shield. I think the shield looks great too.
But
all right, well, let's take a quick break and we'll get into the updates, what's incoming and recently released.
Ooh, blast effects in the mouth, maybe. Okay.
That would be cool. I did notice the little tongue blaster.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be back. All right, so we're back with some updates, and first is something that I think a lot of us have been looking for, and that's New Age's Romulus, and this is the toy version, I believe.
Correct. And these pictures are via Ming Motion. So he did show some comparisons, but let's just look at the figure itself. What are your thoughts?
I think it looks great. A couple things that stick out that I don't like, but overall I think it looks great. The part that sticks out to me is the midsection. It doesn't look like it's finished. It looks kind of off. It looks like a dull, I don't know. It looks like it could have been painted or something, but that's my only gripe from it. I think everything else looks great. I did see the transformation of it. And
I didn't know there was a transformation video. I'll have to go look that up.
Yes. Something I did not like about that is the nozzle, the behind his back, it plugs in. It pops off and pops in. So yeah, I did not like that aspect of it. So when it transforms, you pull it out, the nozzle. You pull it off, and then you transform it, and then you plug it back in.
I did see a picture with it without the barrel, but I thought it just collapsed inside of it. So I thought maybe, that's a little...
That was disappointing. But otherwise, I think it looks good. I really like the way the head looks. We've talked about the swivels on the chest, the swirls on the chest, and now that I remember, it looks fine. Everything else I think looks great. It looks very clean.
Yeah, you actually mentioned the swirls on the chest. I think they're actually an issue because they're not separated, so you can't put a Decepticon symbol there without going over them and it looking cheap.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Most, from what I remember, like on all of mine, there was no spot for a Decepticon symbol. You just kind of
I thought there was always one on the side and one on the other side in the middle. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. Yes. I think it looks fine. Honestly, I don't think they got me because of the price. So overseas it's 105-ish, and domestic it's 155 to 160. That's way more than I'm willing to spend on this Megatron when I have MakeToys Despotron, which yes is a little bit outdated, but is also MP sized, and I think I got it. One, I got it as a gift. Two, it was on sale on Black Friday for like $50. So, I think this is way outside of what I'm willing to spend, but I can see why somebody would. And why don't we just transfer over to this? And this kind of fits in with that. It's really not that big. I mean, compared to the Earthrise Megatron, which I don't have that one, but I'm assuming it's the same size as Siege. I know that there's slight molding differences. I thought it was going to be taller than that. Like, I don't know. I feel like he should be like an inch taller than what he is.
I thought he was going to be a little bit taller as well. It's definitely a slim fit. You know, he's definitely slimmer, which I actually think is okay.
Oh, I think that's great because that's more when I imagine Megatron, that's what it is. I just see him as being a little taller.
Yeah. Before I go, did you have him next to the Primes?
No, I did not see that picture.
Okay, so they did have him next to Prime.
They did have him next to one Prime, but it was a KO Voyager MP10.
Yeah.
So I didn't include that because it's a KO.
I think on the video they had him next to Earthrise as well.
Yeah, these aren't from the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. The price did shock me a little bit. I was, and I could have been dreaming, but I was thinking, $80 is what I was expecting.
That's what would have been nice for me to pick this up, but I think with New Age, their things are always a little bit more elevated than other Legends. I mean, I know this isn't Legends, but they're known for their Legends figures.
Yeah. So I was thinking like $80, and with it missing out on some of the other accessories that, the stock and all that other stuff, that price point is a little uneasy. So the thought of me going ham on getting a lot of these Megatrons is not going to happen.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
But I will probably be in for one, and I think I'm actually maybe two. But
you have to see the other decos. So.
Yeah, I have to see the other decos.
Yeah.
But I am gonna only pick up one of these so far, and then if they do, like the purple one where he's reformatting, I'll pick that one up. But yeah, it was a little disappointing from the transformation with the barrel, popping off and having to plug it back in. I don't know if you can transform it without it. I didn't watch that closely without having to pop it off. But that was a little to me. Yeah. So still looking forward to it. Be happy when it comes in. But it's not as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Will you be looking forward to this? When this comes in, we've got Fans Hobbies MB32.
I definitely think it looks better without the shell on, and it looks like a great bot mode. I'll say that it looks like a very good, very clean bot mode. I like that a lot. I do want to see it in color, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I feel the same way about everything. I think it looks better without the shell. All with it all laid out like that still reminds me of the Ronin Warriors with the little, all off to the side. The accessories, the gun and the sword look fine. I think the sword should be a little bit bigger, but I don't know what it was like in the anime. I think it looks fine. It doesn't really make me go, oh, I want this figure, but I think it looks fine.
Mm-hmm. If this takes a year to come out, I wouldn't lose any sleep about it.
If they stop showing images, then it takes a year. I'd probably forget about it.
Yeah.
So let us know your thoughts down below. And let's move into Hasbro territory. They showed off the Studio Series Galvatron. Oh, they didn't show it off. We got eBay users Transmimi and Polkatechnic 999 showed it off. I guess they have in-hand images. The purple is better, or blue, whatever you want to call it, than the previous version. I will give it that. But other than that, it looks the same.
Yeah, and the nozzle being a solid orange versus... Yeah. If I didn't have this figure 4 times over, however many I have, I would grab it. So I'll put it that way. I just have a lot of these already, and I guess it's expected with how many times they've redid Megatron It's just that I didn't expect it for the 86 line, and I think that's the biggest complaint, is that if they came out with this as a repaint and just had another Galvatron in Legacy or whatever, I would be like, okay, fine. But with it having the Studio Series, that's the one that hurts me, because that means that we're not going to get another Galvatron for a while.
Yeah. And does that mean that Studio Series Soundwave is just going to be the Legacy Soundwave in a different color scheme? Who knows? Now that door's open, you'll never.
Or the Megatron. We're gonna get another version of the same Megatron we've had for the last 5 years.
Is that going to be Leader Class Megatron?
Oh my God!
Earthrise with a few extra tidbits.
Yes. Oh gosh. That's literally what this is making me think of. Like, what's I had said in previous shows that I'm really kind of cutting down on my Hasbro, just because I wasn't familiar with some of the characters, or I didn't like where they were going, but I was going to stay true to the 86 line. This is making me not want to keep my statement true on that.
If they do this, yeah, I can see that. They also showed it off. I did this on purpose because you showed these off, so I thought it was kind of cool to see them together.
Yeah,
there he is. Yeah,
that's.
He's got some tap dancing shoes, though. I didn't notice that before.
They are a little shiny, aren't they?
Yeah. Next, Toys R Us showed off DOTM Hatchet. I think it would look a lot better with more paint.
Besides just all the black.
But I think if you brought out some of the details, because it looks like in the dreads, there's a lot of stuff going on. It looks like there's a spine going on in there. If they dry brushed it with silver, I think it would look great.
Yeah, I think you got a job to do, James.
Okay, you buy it from me, and then I'll do that, and you could put it in your collection.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. X-Transbots showed off their box art for Scrapper, or what they're calling Ground Bite, which I actually do like that name. Now, my question for you is, why does he have a sword?
Get out my head. That's why I had to look in a little bit. I was just like, I don't remember him ever having a sword.
I remember. I know he has a trumpet, but I don't remember a sword. So please let us know in the comments if they've ever had swords.
Yeah, I've never had a Devastator with a sword. Yeah, I'm very, very curious of how this is going to look. I think this is
the one Fans Toys did, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why I'm very curious about how this is going to look. If they knock this out, I think they will be ahead of Fans Toys in the Devastator Wars, because the Fans Toys, there was a lot of feedback of how it looked before people got it in hand, and then when they got it in hand, it was just like, okay, it has a backpack, but we'll overlook it. I think this is and then there's no waist swivel. There was some things that
there's no waist swivel on the Fans Toys.
It swivels like this.
Wow, that's I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a very limited waist.
Now, is that because yours is just tight, or does it really not swivel?
No, it's I think, and I actually saw some videos, and it's just like it's a very slight waist swivel.
Wow.
And I think probably due to transformation. I think there was a lot of exceptions that people made for it not doing some of the things that we were expecting a Fans Toy figure to do. In hand, it looks great, and things from the back, it still doesn't look great. The leg mode is spot on, but again, it's just, I didn't love it,
Yeah.
And I think X-Transbots, their long haul was great, in my opinion. I think they have a chance now. If they fail on this, then it could set them back because of just their history of having QC issue or tolerance issues or whatever. But I think their first Devastator piece was probably better than expected and better than the Fans Toys.
Yeah, I mean, I do like this artwork. I like how it's looking on here. I don't know if it's accurate to what the actual figure is going to look like. I don't remember if we've seen prototypes.
I
I
can't
don't
remember.
think we have.
I've seen so many Devastator, I can't remember.
Yeah, but I think this looks cool. I like the pose. I like that he's on some, construction equipment. The sword just threw me off.
It threw me off as well.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a crystal he's grabbed or something like that. But
I mean, that's a very strange way to hold a crystal unless you're going to whack somebody with it. So.
Yeah, I'm very, very curious of how this is going to look, especially since they're going to remold it as Target Master as well.
I can't think of that name. It's one word.
Orange,
He's orange and he has a blue and yellow Target Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I would be interested in.
Yeah.
But I'll let you get this one. See if it breaks on you. And if it doesn't, then maybe I'll pick up the orange Target Master that I cannot think of his name. Let us know in the comments, please. I'm sure one of you will.
Yeah. As soon as we stop recording, I'll be like, that's
We'll both remember it, yeah. Scoop. Is it Scoop?
Scoop.
Right? It's Scoop. Yeah. King Toys showed off their Yandi. I just put this up because we talked about it before, but it looks like their Gundam. Looks cool. Not in my wheelhouse. I don't know anything about stuff like this.
That sword is really dope.
I thought it was an axe.
Oh, yeah. Now that I think about it.
Like a spear, axe, halberd. That's probably the appropriate term for it.
Okay. But his weapon looks really cool. Because it looks like he can do both. He can chop, he can stab. Either way, it's going to hurt. Like trying to transform a King Toys figure.
Well, maybe you should get this and see if that hurts as much too.
Nope.
All right, well, let's move on to what's incoming. First thing is MPG 08 Yamabuki. I didn't see that this was released quite yet, so it should be out soon. I think it's kind of crazy that they're just releasing 2 figures and calling it a whole new combiner. But that's fine. It comes with like the head. Yeah. And I don't think the yellow and green go well together. That's just me.
It's a fembot too now.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
So
I don't think the yellow and green go well together.
The alt mode looks amazing. They're
even small. With the colors.
Yeah, I don't mind the colors. I don't mind the colors at all. And actually, it looks like the Oakland A's colors.
No, but it's not gold. I always saw them as gold and green.
And it could be.
I don't know. I never was into sports. I've been to quite a few A's games in my youth because my dad would drag me along. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, I just don't. What would be funny if Moon Studio came out with these colors?
I still don't think I'd like the colors, but the figure would probably look a lot nicer to me.
I would buy them.
And probably buy a whole second set so you could have a whole separate.
I almost did buy a second set. I really like those Moon Studio figures. And if I'll put it this way, if these weren't as expensive as they are, I would have bought these to keep in alt mode because I think again they've nailed the alt mode.
Yeah, alt mode is good on all of them.
Yes, on all of them. Mm-hmm. But that's it. Stops there.
Iacon 3D Labs showed off that they're going to be having the 3D printed Autobot insignias for Fans Toy Superion at Baltimore. So Bobby will be able to pick that up. So what do you think about that?
I think they look great. I'm trying to decide if I want the cartoon style or the toy style.
Just buy both.
I thought about that as well.
I think the toy style is more iconic, but the toon style does look really good as well. I've seen them both on a whole bunch of figures, so
yeah,
it really depends on what you want.
And I literally just broke down my Superion 2 days ago from putting it in combined mode, and I just put it in the base mode because I hadn't seen it yet, and I need more shelf space for a big robot. So I'm very curious.
Just put him on the floor.
My vacuum will go after him.
Now that would, if that happens, film it because I want to see that.
Yeah.
Let's get into what's recently released. First thing is Dr. Wu's Menace King. It was very tiny, but that alt mode leaves a lot to be desired. And then I didn't add it, but I saw a picture of the figure from the back. And there's a lot going on back there. It looks good, really, really good from the front, though.
Yeah. Bot mode looks great, especially in this size. Alt mode, I think if the chest would have spun around and just been gray, you know, like a flat panel gray, so you don't see the...
Well, couldn't you just look at it from the other side?
I don't know. I don't know what the other side looks like. But if
I'm just assuming...
If I want to display it this way, I want it to be gray. That's my really only gripe.
Oh, you're right. What's going on with the chest and bot mode? I think this one's misassembled. Oh no, they just put a sticker on it. Never mind. I'm sorry. You could, yeah. Like I said, taking applications for a new brain.
Yeah, so that's the other side, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, that's my only gripe about the alt mode is that I don't want to see his midsection, the white, the blue, the red, showing. So that would have been cool if you could spin that around. But otherwise, especially for this size, it's fine. I wonder if the trigger moves at all. That would be really cool.
I don't think so. I think it's painted.
Okay.
I think it's a solid
black. Yeah,
piece, and no, I think it's gray, and they painted the black.
Yeah, I just realized it because you can't see through. Duh. But yeah, I think it looks fine. I did see some pictures of this as well. I mean, look at it standing next to a 9-volt battery. That thing is so tiny. It's cute, and I'm considering. I can't remember if I bought it or not. That's how bad it is. I can't remember if I ordered it or not. I'm
curious to see what the other one is like, the MPH or whatever.
Oh, the
I don't know how big that one is compared to this. What?
There's the
King Tao, which is the super cheap one, which is not the one I'm talking about, and then there's the MPH with the
one we've seen in
like
gray.
The Laker Prime, as you called it.
Yeah, the one we've seen in gray. Yes, on the keyboard. It was the laptop we saw.
You're correct. Yes. Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah, this is cute.
And then we got Pengu Toys, PT01B Commander. And these pictures are via our member Flip the Flap, so thank you for sending them off to us. And what are your thoughts?
I think it looks good. I'm from this angle, the waist looks more blue than teal. Well, and then on the box it looks more blue than teal. So that's
on other pictures I've seen, it looks more blue than teal, and that's going to be the one thing I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah, but I like the red windows. I like the size. It's, it looks like the Prime they did, and so I'll be happy when I'm able to show this off in my haul.
Yeah, so for me, it's baby blue. It's not teal, which is fine. But I don't think I'm going to be spending the money. Pictures are great. I think they show off the figure very well. It looks huge. I just wish it was teal. Yeah. And then if you look like... Oh, I don't have a picture of it. There's another picture I saw with the chest open. And he had green on the inside. And I'm like, make up your mind. Green, blue, or teal. So... What?
I said I had missed that. I just know.
Yeah.
I've seen another picture with him holding the red gun, and I didn't know if it came with it or not, because I just didn't look at the accessories. But I think that red gun is kind of cool with him as well.
Yeah, it is. It looks good though.
Yeah.
Probably won't pick it up, but I'll let you pick it up, and then maybe you can buy me one. Moving on to another
Give me your
Nemesis
credit
Prime,
card.
we've got 3 Zeros DLX Revenge of the Fallen Nemesis Prime, and this is on Weibo. I think this already came out, but I couldn't find any confirmation. But it looks cool. It comes with a lot of accessories. It's a unique Nemesis Prime, has a lot of gold on it. Yeah, I think this looks fine.
Is that teal or sea green or, you know?
I don't know. I sea foam green. It's not, but what?
Yeah.
I don't remember the SpongeBob wears a lipstick that's blue. And it's blue something number 5. Anyways, go on.
Yeah. I think you should pick this one up.
Okay. Why don't you send me like the $400 it is? And then I'll go spend that on other stuff. And then you can still buy this for me.
Yeah, you should pick it up at TFCon if they have it.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening. It looks good though. It does. It's not my Prime. No, definitely not my Nemesis Prime. But I love all the accessories it comes with.
Yeah, lots to unpack there. Literally.
Last, this is all for you. We've got new supply of FX's War Machine. It is out. I don't remember the exact name of this. Honestly, I just know it's based on War Machine.
Colonel?
Was that it? Sergeant?
I think it's Colonel.
Colonel? Okay. Anyways, looks just as good as Iron Man 1. Who are you going to put this on?
I don't know. This is season 3's closing, so they're all out now. I have to see them all together and then kind of go through who needs a new head, and I just haven't had a chance to do that yet.
This one's kind of cool because it could really go on anybody. It doesn't look too much like Skeletor or Terminator or something. This could just be a normal Seeker head without, without a mouth or anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just wish you had a black and silver one for it to go on, because that would be really, really cool.
Ooh, that would be very good.
Just like Iron Man, red and gold, that would be great. MakeToys, you'd probably sell a lot of those if you did those.
I have to look. I don't know. I think when we get back from TFCon, hopefully by the end of this year, I can go ahead and I have some, insignias I need to put on, and I haven't done that yet. I really need to sit down and do that.
I don't blame you. I have the same problem. Well, let us know how many insignias you guys have to put on down below. And with that, we are done with this show. So remember to send us in any cosplays, artwork, any of that stuff. And I think Bobby has something to show you.
The prints did come in, so I'm going to be connecting with everybody who put in a request for these, and we'll be shipping these out after TFCon. And yeah, they look really good.
They do.
So not too late for anybody that said that they're gonna pick one up at TFCon. I'll have them there as well. So I think that's it.
All right, sounds good. We'll go do all that YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, and we will see you guys during our hauls on Sunday.
Yes, I forgot about the hauls. So Sunday, 12 o'clock East, or 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. See you there. Let us know what you got. Some people have actually sent in some pictures of what they picked up. So it's been very interesting. So, and also get those pictures, artwork, cosplay, custom. Send all that in by midnight Pacific time, I guess.
Okay. On
Saturday, the 26th, is it? Yes, Saturday the 26th. And with that, we're done. 12 debates are won. See you guys later. I'm tired.
See ya.